welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something very important, saving money on groceries. I have a few tips and tricks that are going to really help you save a ton at the grocery store. Okay, so how are we going to save money at the grocery store? Well, the first thing to do is to know your prices. How are we going to know if we're saving money if we don't know how much something normally costs? We're going to start by making a list of normal things that we buy. Do this in like a little notebook or something like that you can easily stick in your pocket when you're at the grocery store. And when you're at the store, you're just going to jot down how much that item is. So if milk is normally $2.99, then you're going to write that down. So when it goes on sale for $3.09, you know it's not a good deal. Or if it goes on sale for $2.09, it is a good deal. You know because you kept track of it. Okay, tip number 2, look out for the deals, look out for the clearance items. I do this all the time in the meat department, seeing that meat is the most expensive thing that I buy. And don't forget about the clearance bins. Grocery stores usually have this in the back of the store on some weird shelf, and they're usually random odd things. But every once in a while, you'll get something that you normally use, and it'll be there and it'll be a great deal. That leads right into tip number 3. Stock up when there are good deals. If there's something on a great sale, this is the time to stock up. If you can afford it, buy a case of it. Tip number 4. This one seems obvious, but everyone is guilty of it. Throwing food away. How many times have we bought that package of spinach just to throw it away a week later to go buy another package of spinach? It's a complete waste of money. Don't throw food away. Tip number 5. When you're meal planning, add a couple of meatless days in there. Maybe some spaghetti, bean and cheese burritos, something without meat. Meat's very expensive, especially when you're feeding a family. If we can cut that out just once or twice a week, that will save money at the grocery store. Tip number 6, don't forget to use those cheap filler foods. So not that they're cheap quality or that they're bad for you, but they're filling. So potatoes are very inexpensive and very satisfying and very filling and extremely flexible, as is rice. Rice goes with almost everything. It doesn't really have too much of a taste. So you can mix it with almost anything and it's going to be a great addition to any meal and the whole family will feel full. Okay, tip number 7. This one I am totally guilty of doing, even though I know better. And that's buying things I don't need. What I'm talking about is I go to the clearance section and there's this great jar of something and I buy it because it's such a great deal and it still sits in my pantry a year later and then expires and then I throw it away. Don't buy food just because it's a good deal. You know, it's a clearance item. If your family won't eat it. Honestly, if you look at it and you're like, I think they would like this, but I'm not sure, just don't buy it because you're going to end up throwing it away. I found this also with if someone gets on a crazy diet, they go out and buy all of this food and then they're on the diet for 2 days and it's horrible and they're miserable and then all the food expires. This is really, those weight loss meals and stuff like that taste awful. You just end up throwing them away. So if you're going to go on some experimental diet, maybe just buy stuff for a couple of days and see if you like it so that you're not investing a ton of money into it and then throwing it away. So that would be the other tip. Don't buy things you don't need or won't use. Well, there you go. There are some tips on saving money at the grocery store. I hope you found at least one of them helpful or at least some good reminders of things you already knew. Don't forget to come back next week as you will see what I did with these tips and tricks on an extremely low budget.